Hey guys, this is Azam again with Distru, and hopefully you had a chance to check out the getting set up with Distru video, in which you basically add a location for your main for your main location, as well as go ahead and start inviting some team members. Now the next part is where you're going to be adding customers, as well as any kind of leads or other companies that you deal with, and then also adding products. So let's go ahead and focus on the customers and vendors part, because again, this is the key portion. So when you actually add products, each product is going to be associated with a vendor. So whether if you're a distributor and you're purchasing products from, say, XYZ Farms, then when you add the product in, you're going to have to put in XYZ Farm as the vendor. Now, if you're creating the product yourself or growing flower yourself, then you're going to go ahead and just put your own name as the vendor. So let's go ahead and dive in and see how this works. So when you first go to the company section from the menu, you'll notice that this is the only company that's there. Let me go ahead and skip this tour for now. So Test Tube Extracts is the name of our company here, and so that's the first company that appears, and you can see Carl owner over here. Now what we want to do is go ahead and add another company in, say a supplier that we work with. As you can see, there's a lot of different fields here. Now, for the purpose of this demo, we're not going to go through kind of all of them, but sort of just focus on what's important. So imagine that we're actually dealing with something called XYZ Farms, and then go ahead and enter their name here. The description you don't really need to put in, but if that's something you need to go ahead and add in, then go ahead and add that. We could say providers of high quality Gorilla Glue and blue-green strains available in Yolo County. These are some details. Again, you can put whatever you need to put in. Now, you're going to want to add at least one location for the company. Again, this is not super important, but you'll need to do this if you're actually trying to have precise information and everything connected inside Distru. So for location name, again, you can call it their warehouse one. Let's just type in a random address here. We submit. Cool. Now for locations, you might be dealing with multiple locations. If say one farm company has multiple farm locations, so you might want to enter all of those locations in here. Same thing with contacts. You can go ahead and add in a contact that's someone that you know at XYZ Farms. So let's go ahead and put here Rachel Farmer. We could just say that she's, you could just put a CEO of her farm. Email Rachel at farms9.com. And again, you can put in as much information as you need to. You don't necessarily have to fill out all these fields, but when you go and save it, it's going to create a contact. You can have multiple contacts associated with each company. Now, in relationship type, you'll notice that the tooltip described this as the type of relationship it is. And you can, of course, edit these in the settings section. But if you click on it, you'll notice that there's some basic relationship types, which is both a current customer and a current supplier, or a potential customer, potential supplier. Now, you'll notice that in this company section, you're going to add in all of your companies. So this is not just for your customers, this is not just for your suppliers, but this is for both, as well as any other types of companies. Or, for example, if you're dealing with labs, then you'll actually put that in here. And lab is not going to be any of these relationship types, but you could specify it as lab if you wanted to, even though you don't really need to do that. So for now, you can just leave it NA, or you don't need to even put in anything because it's just going to default to NA. Now for category, this is to kind of have a more deeper, granular view of what kind of company it is. Now in this case, this is a cultivator. So we're going to select cultivator here. Owner is owners very important if you really want to track your leads. So if you have different sales reps who are covering different types of companies, or you have, say, a purchasing manager who deals with suppliers, then go ahead and put that owner here. That is the account owner. Invoice, email, and you can see these things are described here, as well as our onboarding document. You can enter these in. So when you create a purchase order, for example, from XYZ Farms, let's go ahead and put XYZ Farms here. then the system will either prompt you to basically be able to automatically submit a purchase order through Distru that would be sent to this email. And you can obviously edit this email at the time you're sending the purchase order. This just sort of preloads it for you. Anyways, you can add additional details such as like a Leafly URL and their Facebook details and website as you need to. But for now, just go ahead and click Create Company. Okay, so now what we've done is, let me go ahead and select relationship type. Let's just say this is a current supplier. Now we save it. Now you can see this column here has been written as current supplier. Now, as other videos also show, you can customize these columns here anytime by clicking on the gear icon and clicking customize columns, and you can specify what you want appearing. And if you can also change the order, so if you want the category to be first, then you can just go ahead and click up on that, and you can move it up and down as you need to. Let me click submit, and you can see it's saved. Now we'll go ahead and create another company here, Harvest, and we'll just put 323 Mission, San Francisco. Let's call this Retail 1. Since Harvest does have multiple locations, with Harvest on Gary, Harvest on Mission, but we'll go ahead and add in one location for now. We can skip the contact. Let's see, relationship type. This is our current customer. Category. This is a dispensary. Create company. So now we have ourselves. We have a customer as well as a supplier. So now what we can do is go ahead and figure out what is it that we can buy from XYZ Farms. Now, in order to purchase something from XYZ Farms, we first have to create that whatever we purchased as a product inside the system. And in a separate video, we'll go ahead and show you how to go ahead and add a product in and then start getting inventory into your system. Thank you so much.